Hey everybody, Dr. B. Welcome to week 4. We are already 1/5 done with this crazy semester. So, congratulations and keep up the good work. This week, we're taking a look at Alfred Adler in this class. And I just wanted to come on here and give you a quick shout and just give you a couple of neat Adler quotes. All right, so you're going to learn more about this amazing dude this week and in this chapter. So I trust and I hope that you will enjoy what you learn about him. All right, so I like what he has to say about mistakes. The growth mindset is an important, fairly new concept in psychology, and I encourage you to learn as much as you can about how to try to foster even more of a growth mindset. So mindsets are oftentimes debilitating for us because they can limit us. We sometimes, even people who are excellent students, for example, can fall into a mindset that they are an excellent student, and that can prevent you from going out on a limb and making necessary mistakes and growing and learning from them. We get rewarded from doing things properly and doing things correctly, and that can lead us to fear not doing so. All right, so try to recognize if that's happening to you and try to adopt more of a growth mindset. So never be afraid to make mistakes. I like to say, I like to point out that fail, what does that mean? It is not a bad thing. It's a first attempt in learning. All right, you learn from your mistakes. All right, so I like what Adler had to say here. What do you first do when you learn to swim? You make mistakes, do you not? And what happens? You make other mistakes. And when you've made all the mistakes you possibly can without drowning, and some of them many times over, what do you find? That you can swim? Well, that life is just the same as learning to swim. Do not be afraid of making mistakes, for there is no other way of learning how to live. He also said the chief danger in life is that you may take too many precautions. All right, so take that one with a grain of salt, but sometimes don't be afraid to jump over the edge. Just look before you do so. Make sure that it's going to be okay. And this is unrelated to any of this, but I like what he had to say here. The only normal people are the ones you don't know very well. That's a funny thing. So, like I just said a moment ago, follow your heart, but take your brain with you. Look before you leap, all right? So, in closing, have the courage to be imperfect, all right? Don't forget, first attempt in learning. So, in this chapter, we finally are going to start meeting some people who pushed Freud away a little bit, all right? So, as you're going to learn, Adler was one of the first personality theorists to sort of give him a necessary nudge and shove out of the way. He didn't completely abandon his ideas, of course, as you're going to see, but yeah. All right, so enjoy Adler, enjoy the week, keep up the great work. Quick thing, I've been meaning to remind some people, you guys have, speaking of making mistakes, and learning and growing from them, I want to remind you that I set things up in MindTap so that you can take those chapter quizzes 2 times. I've noticed that some of you have not been doing so. You haven't been taking advantage of that opportunity. So, again, I would take the quiz the first time as a real quiz. Don't be afraid to fail it. See, read the chapter, study, try to learn what you can, and then test yourself. See how well you understand and remember the material. And take the quiz the first time without peeking, without looking up the answers. I don't care how poorly you do. I told you once before, I will think more highly of students who fail the quiz the first time and then come along and do better. Remember, you get the better, you only get the better of the two scores. So you can come along the second time after failing it the first time. Go back through the chapter, look for what you might have missed, find the things that you might have struggled with, refresh your memory, solidify it, master the material, and then take it the second time and maybe double check and make sure that you get things right that second time. All right, so don't be afraid to fail the first time. I'm more impressed with students that I see following that pattern than people who just get perfect scores on it from the start. Okay, so yeah, that's my advice. All right, so keep up the great work, and I will see you here soon. Bye now.